This is content intended for adults, not for puppies.
Is that today? Honestly, I just recorded this, like, I just started this recording session, so I can probably just keep going, I guess. But I also have, like, a lot of, like, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep going. Sniff, sniff. Is that? It is. Bacon. Fresh, juicy, delicious bacon. How many days are there again? I forgot how many days there are in Chord Progressions. I think there's like 7 days. I think there's like 7 days currently. I think there's currently like 7 days in Chord Progressions. So this would be like day 4, right? Huh. Fresh, juicy, delicious bacon frying on a hot skillet early in the morning. The incredible aromas are dancing beautifully in my nostrils. Must be time for breakfast. Gently arise from my bed and and swiftly exit the bedroom, darting directly to the kitchen. Watch who's cooking. Can't wait to chow down on some... Huh? Dave. Oh, hey there, Eddie. I'm almost done fixing you some breakfast. Is this a dream sequence? Oh, Dave, you didn't have to come all the way here just to make breakfast. Okay, but it is a dream sequence. Okay, but if it isn't a dream sequence, how does Eddie know what Dave's, like, fur patterns look like that he hasn't seen yet? Is he omniscient? Is he an omniscient fox? Right? Is he tapping into the kitsune godlike omnipotent trickery powers in order to see into the future and know what Dave's fur patterns look like under his clothes? Or maybe in the future we will see Dave shirtless, but he'll actually have different fur patterns to indicate that Eddie was just imagining the ones previously. If this is a dream sequence, I'm assuming it's a dream sequence. Of course I did, buddy. I wanted to make you something nice for all the hard work you've been putting in. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. You're welcome, buddy. Come give me a hug. Without hesitation, I leap into his arms and tightly embrace the handsome skunk. I bury my head directly into his bare chest, letting all my troubles melt away. Is Dave gonna break Eddie's back and then it's gonna turn into a nightmare? And he's gonna be like, "Oh, Dave, how could you?" And the screen's gonna turn red and everything's gonna be red and black everywhere, and then Eddie's gonna wake up and he's gonna be like, oh my gosh, it was just a dream. Guys, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, guys. That would be, I'm not gonna say funny. It wouldn't be funny, it'd be interesting though. It'd be interesting. Dave must have the coziest chest in the whole world. His bosom makes for the absolute most perfect pillow. You're extra cuddly today, ain't ya? I'm always feeling cuddly when you're around. Ain't you just the sweetest thing? Eddie loves Dave. How about a smooch? Oh, are you sure? What about Chester? Oh, don't worry about him. Are you sure? Oh, I'm absolutely sure. As a matter of fact, let me fill you in on a little secret. He moves his maw closer to my ear. The truth of the matter is... E. What? No! I quickly flacked the snooze button to cease my alarm clock's horrid noises. Why, God? Why did it have to end at the good part? I was about to kiss him. Ugh. Maybe if I tried to go back to sleep, I can resume the dream? Squeeze my eyes shut tight as I tried to drift off to sleep again. Eddie, you have to go to work. This is Chord Progressions, Eddie. The only setting is your job. Oh, who am I kidding? It never pans out that way. Plus, I shouldn't try to think of Dave in that way. He's a married man, for fuck's sake. Even in my dreams, I'm a creep. Eddie, just... Eddie, no one cares, okay? Eddie, no one cares what you're thinking, right? Eddie, stop blaming yourself for thought crimes, right? Stop blaming yourself for thought crimes, Eddie. As long as you're not hurting anyone, Eddie, it doesn't really matter that much. Which you aren't, right? Which, to be clear, Eddie, you're not hurting anyone, right? So stop getting mad at yourself for having thought crimes or whatever. Unless the thoughts you're having are upsetting you. And then I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Eddie. Even in my dreams, I'm a creep. Seems like somebody actually is fixing breakfast. The scent of frying bacon wasn't just a figment of my dreams. kick off my covers and upright myself onto the edge of the bed. Ow, that hurts. My muscles are still sore. Chester was right. I'm gonna need to take a few more pills to get through the day. I dig in my nightstand drawer. I find my ibuprofen bottle and throw back a couple more capsules. I need some coffee too. I'm feeling extra groggy after sleeping so poorly last night. Put on some pajamas before venturing out my room. Glance over to the kitchen to find both April and Moria preparing breakfast. They seem to be preparing everything buffet style. There's a large plate of eggs, a plate of piled buttered toast, and a plate of bacon. It's all laid out on the countertop.
Oh, see, I told you he'd make an appearance once he smelled bacon.
Thank you, Moria. Very cool. She directed the statement to April. Huh? I'll be damned. Thought it'd take more effort than that to get this lazy butt up. Hey, how about you take your bacon and... I couldn't come up with a clever retort. Eddy, you just woke up. And give it to me. Then I'll come up with the snappy comeback. April snickered at my failed attempt at banter. Oh no, you really need some coffee too, don't you? Yes, please. Go pour yourself some. I have a pot going. Breakfast will be ready in just a few minutes. In no time, breakfast was all prepared. We all fixed ourselves a plate with our choice of beverage and gathered around the table. I take a few bites of my bacon and eggs. The eggs are prepared over easy and the bacon is nice and crispy. Maria knows just how I like it. I use the toast as a mop to gather all the spilled yolk on my plate. Egg yolk plus carbs is such a lovely pairing. So how did practice go last night? It was fine. Cliff's a little anxious, but Dave and I have her set down pat. Aw, he shouldn't be nervous. I'm sure he'll do great. He will. The guy just needs to get out of his own head, though. He sounded really great at the store yesterday. I'm sure the crowd would love him. Well, he's not actually worried about performing. He's just not sure if the crowd's going to like his music. Do you like it? It's not my genre, but I think it's cool. It keeps me on my toes while drumming. There's a small pause as the three of us continued to chow. Oh, speaking of Cliff, Eddy told me that he wants to have a little get-together downtown tomorrow. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you. I'm guessing you want to go? Absolutely, I'm so excited. I think you're going to have a good time. We'll hit some neat spots. Need something to wear, though. We'll figure something out, babe. I think I'm going to go shopping. Can we go out tonight? Can't. Tonight's Carcinogen's last practice before show night.
Oh.
Moria appears a tad dejected by April's response. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. Sorry. Babe, don't apologize. You literally did nothing wrong. Sorry. Moria, don't... Moria abruptly stopped herself mid-sentence. Or April abruptly stopped herself mid-sentence. Hyena turns to me. They do that a lot. They do the animal turns to me. The blink turns to me. Maybe you two can shop together tonight? Eddie probably needs a little wardrobe upgrade. Oh yeah? Well, maybe your face needs an upgrade. The girls both gave me disappointed looks. Shut up, I haven't finished my coffee yet. I think you need more than just coffee, dude. Your comebacks are bad, but you look even worse. Hey, that's enough. He's had a long week. Maria giving me a concerned look. She does have a point though, Sunshine. Are you getting sick? No, it's like you said, been a long week. Plus, I didn't sleep well last night. You should ask Chester to send you home early. I can, it's my first week. I need to be a team player. Hey, don't worry about garbage like that with Chester. He just wants you to be well. I just can't. I gotta work my shift. I'm trying not to make a bad impression. April sighs in defeat. If you say so. She glances at her phone. Well, you better start getting dressed. We need to head out in about 20 minutes. Go ahead and get ready. I'll take care of your dishes. Thanks, Mo. Promptly stand up from my chair. Good God, everything hurts. Not just my upper body, but everything. I took a brush shower and got dressed with only a minute to spare. April and I loaded up in her car and got on the road right away. The car ride was spent in silence. I leaned back in the passenger seat and closed my eyes for the entire journey. Even though I'm caffeinated, it's not doing much for me today. I'm paying the price for not recovering properly, like Chester said. I could never write a story like this. I could never write a story like this where there's just like one setting and you're having to like write the same thing over and over in like slightly different ways. I could never do that. That'd be so hard. And I clock in and find our workers going about their usual morning business.
Morning, you two. How did you...
Chester fixes his attention on me. Man, Pat's looking snazzy. Pat's looking snazzy. Look how snazzy Pat's looking. He's got that full on like monochrome aesthetic, but he's got the shorts are like slightly off kilter, right? So it's not like entirely monotone, but then like the slight blue of his shorts is like almost complementary with like the orangish yellow of his eyes. The glasses too. Pat's looking snazzy. Chester fixes his attention on me.
Oh.
Oh geez, Eddie, you look terrible, bud. Were you too sore to sleep? Slept well enough. I'm here and ready to work hard today. Eddie overworking moment. Eddie workaholic moment. Is that what today is going to be about? Is today going to be about Eddie being workaholic? And then Chester is going to be like, I appreciate you working, Eddie, but you work too hard and you're sleepy. Go home. Is that what this Chord Progressions episode is about? I try my best to tailor my tone with enthusiasm. I need to show Chester that I'm ready to be a team player today. Judging by his reaction, it's not working. Eddie, you look like you really need some extra rest. That workout took way more out of you than I expected. This is my fault. I've been giving you so much overtime. It was only a matter of time before you burnt out. Especially after what happened yesterday morning. I really should have... Dave drops what he was doing to chime in. Honey, you're not beating yourself up, are you? Chester lets out an annoyed groan. No, dear, I just need to start planning better is all. It's okay, Chaz. You and Eddie are doing just fine. Just let out a long exhale in response to the skunk's reassurance. How about this? Pat got here early this morning. How about he takes Eddie home during his break before lunch rush? Pat chimes in from the opposite side of the kitchen. I'm down for that. It'll be a paid break. Fine with me. Are you sure I can stay? Plus, I really want the hours. We get more than enough hours this weekend. You're helping us with the show on Saturday, remember? Oh, fuck. Yeah, there is that. Eddie, you forgot? Okay, by the way, if I was in Eddie's position, doing, like, this much, like, work, and contending with, like, all of these, like, different varying, like, social circumstances all at once, like, I don't know, I would have went into a coma, right? Like, Eddie's dealing with, like, you know, these, like, business conspiracies, you know, he's, like, making people cry, people are making him cry, you know, he's been working forever, right? His schedule has been go to work, go home, go to bed, go back to work for, like, half a week now, like, over half a week now. If I was Eddie, I would have went into a coma, right? If I was Eddie, I would be, like, on a hospital bed. Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea to do half a day. That's fair. All right, I'll let Pat take me home. Glance over at the collie, gives me a friendly thumbs up. All right, gang, let's get our morning meeting going. We gather around our usual meeting spot in the cafe.
I'm leading today, and we're going to keep things brief.
Thank you, Chester. Very cool. So for breaks, we already talked about Pat and Eddy. April, you can take a break after our lunch rush. Sure thing, boss man. Eddie, just stick with April at front of house today. Pat will collect you when he's ready. I'm okay with that. Moving on to the show night, nothing's changed since yesterday. We have 5 acts and we'll keep it that way. It'll be nice, short, and sweet. Tomorrow we're closing up the whole shop at 4 o'clock to get started on prepping. We won't get everything done, but we can get a head start. Saturday morning, it's all paws on deck. We need to move all the merchandise to the cafe and lock it up tight. By the time we're done, it should be later in the afternoon. You 3 can prepare for your sets while Eddie and I take care of everything else. Are you sure you and Eddie can handle it all, hun? No, which is why I enlisted some extra help. Extra help from who? Corey? Corey? Shouldn't he be in the house? No, not Corey. Okay, Corey's in the house. He's busy on Saturday nights. He's in the house. Wait, don't tell me you asked him for help. I'm excited to learn who this character is. Look, I couldn't find anyone else who's available. I just need to find one person who I can trust. Trust? Are you actually trusting him? This conversation is really starting to take a turn. I'm only trusting him to be security and watch over the merchandise during the show. That's it. I'm really excited to learn who this character is. I just need some eyes watching the cafe and the back door to make sure no one tries to steal anything. It's just a one-time thing. This explanation seems to have quelled Dave's concern, but not by much. After Saturday day, that's it, okay? We don't need him around here anymore. I'm looking over to Pat and April gauge how they're feeling to make some sense of the situation. Pat seems to be stressed while April seems disinterested. Believe me, I agree. I'm just tossing him $100 to be security for one night, that's all. He's appearing much calmer after Chester's explanation, but he's far from content. The wolf clears his throat and thumbs through his stack of papers. That aside, I think we're all set. Let's make it a great day, everyone. We all make a hasty dispersal to our respective destinations. Seems like we all want to dodge lingering tension in the room. Guys, the dads are fighting. Opening up front of house with April went smoothly. She gave me the reins for some of the opening tasks and to help give me gain me more experience. Okay, opening task. Wait. I wonder who's walking in. I'm gonna guess it's Darrel. It's Darrel walking in. I booted up the point of service monitors, set up the cash drawers, and made some rounds around the showroom to ensure everything was in order. I even performed the tricky unlocking sequence for the front door. It only took me 7 tries. At around 9:30, a familiar face shows up.
Morning,
It is
Chronicles
Darrel.
crew.
Someone owes me $27. Yo. Thank you, Darrel. Very cool. April delivered her response completely devoid of enthusiasm. Mind if me and Vin jam here for a bit? The lefty PLS is still here, right? It's still here, and sure, I can't stop you. Another customer walks in through the door. It's another Lions wearing the same ginger coat as Darrel. This must be the brother he told me about on Monday. The brother's mane is shorter and well-groomed in contrast to Darrel's wild and long ponytail. It's interesting to see a male lion with a shorter mane. Gender norms for lions' head hair goes against the grain of most other species. Long and flowing manes are seen as more traditionally masculine. Women are the ones who typically have little to no hair on their head. Regardless of mane length, he's quite handsome. I wonder if... Eddie, no, Bad Fox. This is a soon-to-be married man. Keep your mind out of the gutter.
Hey, apes! Hope you don't mind us jamming for a bit.
This character is also voiced? Are you sure? Are you sure this character is also voiced? This is another voiced character? Hey, apes, hope you don't mind us jamming for a bit. I don't need to read that line. He read that line. Not really. Thank you, Vin. Very cool. Am I going to have to remember this guy's name? Is he going to be an important character? I know Darrel's got some whack-ass work hours, but how the hell did you manage to get here in the morning? I took some PTO, paid time off, today. I want to make sure we're ready for show night. Using paid time off for band practice? Brand practice. I wonder what kind of cushy job this guy works. The elder brother took notice of me awkwardly standing behind the counter.
Oh, hey there. You're the new guy, yeah?
Thank you, Vin. Very cool.
Darrel was telling me all about you.
Whoa. Well, this guy got 2 lines back to back? This guy's built different. This guy's like a demiurge. This guy's like, I don't know. His metaphysical power is off the chart. Off the charts. He got 2 lines back to back. I think in this guy's introduction, he has like 25% as many lines as Pat does. I think in this character just being introduced, he has 25% as many lines as Pat has. Vin nudged his brother as he spoke. Darrel's eyes darted in response to the comment. Hi, yeah, that's me. I'm Eddie. Cool, Vin Adler. Adler? Why does that name sound familiar? Adler. Adler. Is that... Adler. I don't know where I recognize that name from. Cool, Vin Adler. Good to meet you. Good to meet ya. Likewise. Colchila Kosol. Colchila Kosol. Uh-oh, do I smell trouble over here? Chester approaches us. Chester, dude, what's up? The two share a brief but forceful embrace. Haven't seen you in ages, buddy. How's the baby? She's happy and healthy. That's all I can ask for. How are things going here? Same old, same old. A little short-staffed, though. A little short-staffed, go. See, what kind of salary do I have to pay to get get your tail back in here, huh? More than what you're willing to offer, old man. Hey, watch it. By my account, you're the only dad here, pal. Ha. The two chuckle. So you boys ready for Saturday? Not yet. We still need to practice. Gotcha. Well, don't hold me. Don't let me hold you up. Jam here for as long as you need. Will do. Thanks, Chaz. Chester. Chaz. Why is he called Chaz? Where's that come from? Chaz? Vin waves to all three of us before following after his brother. For the next hour, the two were tucked away in the back corner of the shop and were jamming away. We'll see how they jam. Sorry, I'm listening to the guitar. For a second at the beginning, it sounded like What I'm Made Of. It sounded like Crush 40 What I'm Made Of at the beginning. And also, I'm trying to read all the names in the background, because a lot of the times the character models actually cover up a lot of the names. So this is one of the few opportunities you actually get to see all the names there. I think some of the names in the back, I think some of them are characters, but I think some of them are like real people. I think some of them are like real people on the internet. Oh, did I listen to the end of the music track? Like that's just Pat. But then I think Riker, I saw Riker somewhere. Yeah, I think Riker, I recognize that person. I think this is one of the voice actors. Is there anyone else I recognize? Probably somewhere. It's kind of hard to see, though. Darrel was playing the same guitar he obsessed over on Monday, while Vin played a very different-looking guitar. Vin's choice of instrument has a V-shaped body, while Darrel's has the traditional body style with two horns. Vin's also holding the guitar the way most people hold the instrument, which was mirrored with how Darrel was holding his. The two aren't just doodling and jamming next to each other, they're playing together harmoniously. From what I can tell, Vin is playing the rhythm guitar while Darrel is playing the lead. You can loop audio tracks on Ren'Py, right? Maybe they just didn't expect anyone to linger on the scene for that long. The brothers are synced up very well in their sound and style. It's quite entertaining. So I'm guessing Vin's another member of Carcinogen, huh? Yep. Is there a joke here? Carcinogen. Is there a joke? Because that's not how you spell carcinogen. It's spelled different. Is there a joke I'm missing? Because usually it's like CARCI or something like that. So I wonder if there's like a pun here that I just don't get. Carc? C-A-R-C. I don't really recognize that as any sort of like familiar like root word or anything. Yep. Sounds like he's really busy with work and his baby. How does he find time to be in a band? Beats me. He's a little dense. Really good with time management. How dense are we talking? It's funny, actually. Vin and Darrel each have their own unique brand of damassery. Vin's more street smart. He has a lot of practical knowledge, but he'd cry if you gave him an algebra problem. Darrel's more the opposite. Supposedly, he did really well in school. Huh? Who'd have thunk? Eddy is a threat to society. I don't know. Eddy's a threat to society. Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk? Eddy scares me. Eddy frightens me to my core. Right, out of like every furry visual novel protagonist, Eddy is the one that scares me the most. He just carries this eldritch energy to him. Right. He just carries this like blasphemous eldritch entity or energy. I don't know what Eddie's deal is. Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk? Who'd have what? Who'd have thunk? Who would have thought? Huh. You country people are fucking weird. Okay, thank you, April. Hey, that's my culture you're making fun of. Oh, excuse me, I'll be more mindful to respect your people's culture of driving trucks and generational trauma. Don't forget math. The next hour is spent listening to the brothers play while April uses this time to train me. A lot of the info is going in one ear and out the other. I can't focus while feeling this exhausted. We take a lap around the showroom and meet up with the boys to see how they're doing.
You guys doing all right over here? Will you be paying with cash or card today?
Thank you, April. Very cool. April employs a sarcastic variant of her customer service voice. Haha, one spot me $5,000. Some more tickets and maybe. His expression turned sour in a flash. Come on, apes. You know that's not easy for me right now. His brother placed a paw on his shoulder. Hey, don't sweat it. Leave the ticket sales to me. I got more than enough friends who will show up. Must be nice. Just genuinely upset. He's genuinely sorrowful. Genuinely sorrowful. Right. He's like, He's like, She's like, meh. Well, if you want to wrap up your pity party, I do want to ask you guys something. Yeah, what is it? Cliff's planning a night out tomorrow. You guys in? Can't. It's my turn with Rhea tomorrow night. I'll stay home with you then. You're probably going to need some help. Nah, dude, you should go out with your friends. Well, you need help, though? I can handle Rhea all by myself. You should go have fun. Maybe you'll meet someone new. Is something tragic going to happen with Rhea while Darrel is out partying? While he's out on the town? And then Darrel's gonna, like, blame himself for it? He's like, if only I stayed. If only I had been there. The last sentence carried a teasing tone. Vin nudged his brother with his elbow. Darrel issues his signature pouty face in response. Okay, but I thought Cliff didn't like me, though. Cliff barely knows you, dude. Yeah, but does he hang out with Skizzy all the time? Who's Skizzy? Skizzy? That sure is a name. Skizzy? Is that a nickname? I don't know. Not really. They play tabletop games together, but they're not hanging out all the time. Cliff doesn't bother with all that drama bullshit anyways. He said you could come. And Lion ponders for a moment. Alright, I guess it could be fun. We're just sitting downtown, yeah? That's what it sounds like. Darrel turns to me. Blink turns to me. You coming too? That's the plan, yeah? He stares at me quizzically for a moment. You alright? You look like you're ready to pass out. Yeah, that's not inaccurate. The muscle pain made it hard to sleep.
Oh.
Damn. Huh. Yeah, I wonder what the future of Chord Progressions is like, you know? Like, I wonder what, like, where the story's heading. I wonder what... I know I joked about this last time, but I still wonder what, like, the end of Eddie Evangelion looks like. End of Edvangelion. End of Edvangelion. I wonder what the end of Edvangelion looks like. Well, on the right side, the more you go, the less it'll hurt. If you want to make a gym routine, you could always go with me. Feeling a little lonely since this guy fell off the bandwagon. Darrel's turn to nudge his brother. Yeah, no, you only get me for a carcinogen or the gym. Once Rhea's in grad school, you can have me for both again. Think she'll make it that far? Banking on academics being a trait that skips a generation. You don't want her working at the old paper mill with her dad, uncle, and grandpa when she grows up? Darrel knows... Darrel's now the one doing the teasing. I'd eat a bowl of thumbtacks before letting her anywhere near that fucking place. Hey, it's not that bad. We'll get her forklift certified and she'll have a blast. Yeah, it's all fun and games for you operators. What makes you think it's fun and... Hate to interrupt this brotherly bonding moment, but Eddy and I need to get back to work. She walks away without another word and gestures for me to follow her. See you guys later. Later, dude. See ya. See ya. Goku Super Spirit Bomb. You're really tough. See ya. Goku's Super Spirit Bomb, Raging Blast 2 voice line. The brothers continued to jam while April resumed her instruction. It was about as effective as it was before. Pat makes an appearance just shy of 10:30.
Hey, you ready to go?
Guys, we got another Pat line. Right, I'm writing them down. I'm writing all the Pat lines down on a sticky note. Sure, let's get... Yo, Pat. The line shouts from across the room. He places his guitar in a safe spot and approaches us. Hey, any chance you could jam with us on your break? Vin needs some help keeping time on FAFO. Is that an acronym for a song? FAFO. Huh. FAFO? Nah, sorry, I gotta take Eddie home and grab lunch. We got plenty of time to work on FAFO during practice tonight, don't sweat it. What is FAFO? Lale Lulelo? Lale Lulelo? The Patriots? Do you think that'll be enough? We'll be fine. The song kicks major ass and you've been working your tail off to make it work. We've been working our tails off. You wrote the damn thing. Yeah, but you play the hell out of it. Plus your lyrics and solo are fire. Don't worry so much. Darrel doesn't seem convinced. Look, I know you're nervous. It's the first show. Since we let you back in the band, and we need to make it count. Since we let you back in the band? They kicked him out of the band? What did Darrel do? What did Darrel do? Did they kick Darrel out? Did they kick Darrel out and replace Darrel with Skizzy? But then Skizzy sucked ass, so they replaced Skizzy with Darrel again. Why did they kick Darrel out of the band? What'd he do? But we're gonna shred like we always do. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. It's the first show since we let you back in the band. Yeah, they kicked him out of the band. But we're gonna shred like we always do. The dog places a paw on the lion's shoulder. Darrel smiles in response to the gesture. Alright, I'll feel better after we practice. We'll go hard tonight, promise. Collie redirects his gaze my way. Ready to go? Yep, I'll see you two later. Rest easy, dude. Bye again. What, Eddie just goes home, goes to sleep? Is Moria gonna be here? Who knows? I said my goodbyes to everyone and left the shop. I climbed in the passenger seat of Pat's car. We began our journey back to the apartment. This car is the sporty sedan I spotted on Monday. It's quite cramped. The vehicle has 2 doors, 2 front seats, and a single row of rear seats. I feel sorry for any chump who gets stuck sitting in the rear row. With a smaller frame, Pat's able to situate himself quite comfortably. Meanwhile, my fat ass is starting to feel a tad claustrophobic. Pat keeps the interior of his car relatively clean, but isn't detailed to perfection like Chester's ride. The engine revs a little louder than most cars, but the noise doesn't drown out our conversation. Did Chester put you through the ringer yesterday, huh? Kind of? Oh, it's the ringer, not the ringer. For some reason, I thought when people said through the ringer, it was like a boxing ring, right? Like the ringer was like a boxing match, you know? But apparently ringer is like, you know, something that rings something out. Huh. Anyway. Kind of. I was mostly working out with Darrel and the piano guy Chester had mentioned. I guess he's assuming Pat doesn't know who Trent is, yeah. I guess Pat's only frame of reference for Trent is that one piano dude. Ah yes, my fellow pianist. Pat's worst boy. I'm sorry, Pat's worst boy. But Pat hasn't made anyone cry on screen, though. Pat hasn't made Trent cry. Eddie made Trent cry, so Eddie might be worst boy. I don't know. Eddie might be the worst boy, because at the very least, Pat didn't make Trent cry. So Eddie might be worst boy. Pat might just barely not be worst boy. His name's Trey, right? Trent. Ah, Trent, okay. Haven't met the dude. How is he? He's a great player and a nice guy. It takes a little while to get warmed up to him. Though. Okay, but like, how is he, though? I raised an eyebrow at him. Didn't I just... No, like, is he hot? I want those details. Maybe Pat is worst boy, I don't know. I scoff at his response. That's it, I'm not gonna act like a saint and pretend that I didn't objectify the deer insistently yesterday. Even so, the collie's tendency to turn any casual conversation sexual is becoming tiresome. Eddy hates Pat. Pat might be worst boy. Pat might be worst boy. Okay, but that's like the difference between Eddy and Pat, right? Eddy thinks pervy sexual things, but he doesn't, like, express them. Right. He doesn't express those thoughts. Pat immediately expresses those thoughts. Pat expresses the thoughts immediately. In ways that makes people uncomfortable. Or at the very least, Eddy uncomfortable. Mildly uncomfortable. Come on, throw me a bone here. Throw you a bone, isn't that an offensive stereotype? Oh, now we're talking about offensive stereotypes? Now we're talking about offensive stereotypes, Eddy? It's only offensive if you say it. Chuckles again. Fine, he's handsome, super tall. It has a lean but strong build. Oh, okay, now we're cooking with gas. So you saw in the locker room, right? What's he packing? I never want these two alone together, right? For this entire time, for the entire, like, runtime of this video, of this visual novel, I've been like, man, why haven't we had a Pat scene yet? We haven't had a Pat dedicated scene yet. I want to see Eddy and Pat interact. But it's because these two characters together, they're just insufferable. Honestly, Eddy isn't that bad. Eddy isn't that bad, contrasted with Pat. Like, Eddy pisses me off, but whenever he's contrasted against Pat, he actually seems pretty cool. Right? Eddy comes across as pretty cool when contrasted against Pat. But geez, man. Okay, because Pat, he's funny, but then someone puts Pat in his place, right? April's like, Pat, you're cringe. And then Pat's like, But Eddy isn't brave enough to be like, Pat, you're cringe. So Pat just keeps patting. And then we have this. I'm rendered flustered in response to his probe. Hey, what makes you think I know what he's got packing in his briefs? Pat lets out an amused gasp. Oh, how do you know he wears briefs, huh? Fuck me and my big mouth. I bury my face in my paws. Spill the beans, Fox. What's that bulge hiding? Come on, you were supposed to be cool with this stuff, remember? What stuff? This over-the-top horny stuff. Oh, I thought it was just the flirting that made you nervous. I mean, I'm not flirting with you right now, am I? His tone is sincere. No one gets it, right? Everybody's just intensely socially inept. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny how many characters are just, like, socially inept. It's pretty funny how many, like, socially inept characters there are. They're all socially inept in their own unique and special ways, though. Right? They're all unique in their own unique and special ways. His tone is sincere. Well, technically no, but still. Went silent for a moment.
Oh.
Sorry. No, you're fine. You're right. This isn't flirting. We're talking about someone else entirely. I'm just not used to talking with someone who's open about this kind of thing. What kind of thing? Just so openly sexual, I guess? Well, I'd beg to differ. Ever hang around a group of straight men? Yeah. Ever hear the way they talk about women? Yeah, I guess. Is our conversation any different? It's quite the perspective shift. But that doesn't mean that it's okay. That just means that that's also weird. Right? That doesn't make talking and objectifying other people in that manner okay. That just makes it like what they're doing is also weird, right? Just because Just replace bulge with tits, and the net result would be 90% of the conversations I'd overhear boys having in the high school cafeteria. It's still weird. Right? It's still weird. It's still kind of icky. It's still kind of weird. It's still kind of icky. You have a point. So now let me ask you this. Does the topic of hot men make you feel uncomfortable in of itself? Or is it the fact that you can now actually participate in the discussion? Oof, that question really packed a wallop. Really gunning for the repressed feelings this morning. What? Are you the strongest because you're Gojo Satoru? Or are you Gojo Satoru because you're the strongest? What is Pat saying? Okay. I'm not going to try and piece apart what Pat's saying. It's one thing to objectify men internally, but I guess I turned into a chicken when I had to say any of it out loud, huh? Huh. I feel like... I don't know. I don't know, because earlier I was like, oh, Eddie, stop blaming yourself for having thought crimes. But... I don't really know. Jeez, wasn't planning on getting a free therapy session with this Carter ride. He chuckles and flashes me his signature proud toothy grin. What can I say? I'm full of surprises. Well, to answer your question, I guess it's the fact that I can participate that's making me uncomfortable. It's not something I'm used to. Huh. But it's the activity that's being, like, participated in, though. Right? Like, it's the activity of, like, discussing and, like, objectifying your, like, peers and, like, acquaintances that makes it, like, uncomfortable. Right? It's just that basic premise that makes it awkward. But I guess they're saying, like, oh, Eddie, you're having these thoughts internally anyway. But, like, there's a difference between, like, actually, like, expressing those thoughts and taking them seriously versus just having them be thoughts, I guess, that aren't really, like, affecting or, like, changing anything. Like, whenever you start speaking the thoughts, that is, like, expressing them. That is, like, actually acting on those perspectives. Sorry, I had to change the word thought to perspective, so I wasn't saying thought too much. I guess it's the fact that I can participate that's making me uncomfortable. It's not something I'm used to. I didn't have any gay friends in Fairview, and Maria prefers women. I've never had the opportunity to talk about this kind of stuff out loud. Nothing wrong with that. It takes time. Just try not to keep those feelings repressed, though, especially those naughty ones. Huh. Like, I feel like... It's a matter of perspective. Like... I understand what Pat is, like, saying, but, like, I don't know. There's a time and place for everything, right? There's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place for everything, right? There's a time and place for, like, naughty... There's a time and place for naughtiness, and there's time and places for, like, not naughtiness. You know, you gotta read the room. You gotta understand the current, like, situation you're occupying, you know? Like, you probably shouldn't be, like, openly, like, horny and, like, expressive and, like, sexual in a way that would, like, make people, you know, feel bad or uncomfortable, right? Like, you know, if Trent would feel bad if Trent would feel bad or awkward or uncomfortable about the way, like, Eddie and Pat are, like, talking about him or speaking of him, right? Like, even if he's, like, not here to hear it, right? Even if he would never know that, like, these are things being said about him, it's still just, like, a not poggers thing to do to sort of, like, to sort of just kind of, like, objectify and, like, speak of him in that sort of way. Just sort of, like, casually with, like, another, like, person. I don't know, it just feels weird. It feels weird. Like, if you're in an environment with people who don't mind that sort of thing, then, you know, it's fine, I guess. Right? Like, it's fine. But, you know, I don't feel like... I don't know. Right. We're just gonna do the rock eyebrow meme. We're gonna do the rock eyebrow meme at Pat. It's like, I know you have a dirty mind. He gives me a chuckle and a wink. Well, he's not wrong. Yeah, and what gives it away? Something in particular clued me in. He pauses for a moment. I caught you lurking on my cruiser profile last night. My heart sank to the pit of my stomach. I've been caught. Red-pawed. God damn it, how'd you find out? It's a perk of being a premium member. You get access to a list of people who viewed your profile. Well, damn, can't say I'm surprised you'd have a premium account. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not just an innocent little puppy dog. He playfully bats his eyes at me. But in all seriousness, you should let those naughty thoughts roam free. Find some nice nick on Cruiser and let loose a little. You'll feel better. Maybe. I don't think he's 100% wrong. That said, a good from a stranger isn't going to solve all my problems, but it may solve a non-zero amount of them. That was a scene. That was a scene, let me tell you. Right? The Eddie and Trent scenes are the best scenes in the novel. I feel like the Eddie and Pat scenes are going to be the worst scenes in the novel. Like, not worse, like, in an objective way, but just in a fun factor, you know? That scene had a very low fun factor. At this point, we arrived at the apartment complex. He pulls up to my building and parks the car. Well, I'll try to get some rest. The next few days are going to be nuts. Yeah, sounds like it. I'm definitely taking a nice long nap. Right on, I'll catch you later, dude. Okay, so what is the rest of this episode? What is the rest of this day of chord progressions? Eddie goes to sleep. He goes home, goes to sleep. The end. Maybe he goes home, goes to sleep. Something happens involving April and Moria. He goes home, goes to sleep. But then he gets a phone call. He gets a phone call from Trent. Trent is like, Eddie, I'm in trouble. I need your help right now. And then he's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go help Trent. But Eddie doesn't have a car. Eddie can't go anywhere. He doesn't have a car. So I guess the rest of this day takes place at the apartment. Right on. I'll catch you later, dude. See ya. And Buckle and step out of his car. I walk towards the front door. By the way, turn around to find his passenger window rolled down. Don't be afraid to send a friend request. He offers me a wink before cackling and driving off. Did he seriously just suggest that? Strip down to my underwear and make myself comfortable in my bed. The second my fur touches the sheets, I'm struck with copious fatigue. Before I let the drowsiness take me, I check my phone one last time, give Moria a quick text and let her know I'm home and not to worry. And to not worry. Against my better judgment, I open up Cruiser again and quickly scroll to Pat's profile. He wasn't far down the list. Click on his profile again. I navigate to his photo gallery to see 15 hidden images that could be revealed if I send a friend request. God, who knows what treats and delights await me if I do this. Knowing him, I bet I get to see everything. The mere thought of what lies behind that friend request barrier is so incredibly tantalizing. I'm actually starting to get firm. What a tasteful and delicate way. What a delicate and subtle way of saying that Eddie's getting a hard on. By the anticipation alone. I can't, though. This wouldn't only be crossing boundary with a coworker, but it would be violating Chester's rules. Pat's right. I have a horrible, filthy mind. I shouldn't even be considering this right now. What's wrong with me? I got sent home so I could sleep. Instead, I'm on this godforsaken app. I close out the app and return my phone to my nightstand. Just go to sleep, Eddie. No more. No more lurking on that dumb app.